really think that this becomes a defensive game overall. I don't like the offensive options for the most part, but I think that the Rams do come away with the win in LA, and so I will go with this one 21-10 Rams.
21-10. You know, I'll give the Bears a little bit more. I'm going to go Rams 20-16.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so, you know, definitely not one of the higher scoring games if you have players for either of the two, which, by the way, I do not. To me, it is going to be closer. Definitely not a flashy game. We'll just see whether NBC loses their audience. So. Okay, let's go on to the other LA team, and that's the Chargers hosting the Chiefs. A different night, different game. Chiefs against the Chargers.
The Chargers are an enigma to me. They should be so much better than they are. I think that it could just be that Phillip Rivers is reaching the end of his career, to be completely honest. With just how inaccurate he has been, he missed Keenan Allen 2 or 3 times when he was wide open for passes. One of them would have led to a touchdown in that game against the Raiders. So I don't like Rivers in this game. The Chiefs have been pretty tough against wide receivers as well, but they give up a ton of points to the running backs. So I think both Gordon and Eckler are great matchups for this week. Eckler, even as the number 2 running back for the Chargers, his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield, he should have plenty of opportunity in this game. Mahomes, you're not going to sit. He's going to put up points. Damian Williams could also have a solid game, as the Chargers are another one of those teams that's weak against the running back, but they've been solid against wide receivers. So I still think that Hill gets his points. Tyreek Hill should get his points. Travis Kelce will get his. I think that the Chiefs win this. The Chargers, I think the defense could play somewhat well for a while, but in the end will just fall apart and give up points to Mahomes, because that's just what Mahomes does to teams. So I think that overall this one, I'm going to say Chiefs 35-20 over the Chargers.
Okay, and I'm going to go with the Chiefs 31-19. So what kind of a game do you think Melvin Gordon has?
I think that Melvin Gordon, again, against a Chiefs defense that's not very good against the run, I think that Gordon could very easily put up, I think, 80 yards on the ground, say about 30 yards through the air, and at least 1 touchdown.
Do you really think he'll have that good of it? Yeah, that's true. The Chiefs defense, I don't care who you stick as defensive coordinator, they allow a lot of points and they give up a lot of points for sure. So.
Well, as of right now, the Chiefs have given up more points than any other team to the running back position, and over the last 5 weeks have given up on average 7 points over projection to running backs. So I'm rolling with the running backs against the Chiefs this week.
Interesting. So, any other observations about what we have going into this particular weekend at all?
No, I think that's about it.
All right, well, that completes this week's edition of Fantasy Football here. My name is Scott Morganroth, the Motor City Madmouth, with Ryan Schoolroot. So tell our listeners what we have in store tomorrow.
Tomorrow I'll be going over some DFS picks for this weekend. Going over more news as we find out what's going on. As I'm sure more is going to come up with the Kaepernick workout, as well as whatever other injury news we find out for this week. So,
well, you know what? I am glad that we had a chance to address that 17-game schedule. I think that's interesting on a night when we have more time to talk about it. I think that we'll continue to talk about more news events on a night like this to go along with the game score. So we want to make sure all of our football fans have a show that they can get more than just scores and fantasy advice, but pertinent news as well. So once again, on behalf of Ryan Schoolroot, our fantasy expert, this is Scott Morganroth, the Motor City Madmouth. You are listening to the South Florida Tribune Network. South Florida Tribune Broadcasting Network. If you're looking for good quality content, go to the website www.southfloridatribune.com. So, all right, Ryan, get some rest, and we will do it again tomorrow night. Good night, Ryan.
Good night, Scott. It's always a joy to be on the show.
Glad to have you.